not elaborate on the kind of attack or its target. Hamas has yet to respond to the allegations. Let's turn once again to Syed Shehata from BBC Arabic, who's live with us here. Syed, let's just find out first more detail, if you have it, about the latest hostage to have been identified.
Is one of the two who was handed yesterday by the Hamas to the Red Cross and then to Israel. His Ronan Engel and his daughter Mika wrote on Instagram that her father finally home after 744 days. Mika and her sister, her mother, were kidnapped on 7th of October, but they were freed in the first ceasefire in November 2023. So it was the first group to be released at that time. And this is good news for Israel, for the family, and they're calling for more, the rest of the bodies to go back. One of the two were handed yesterday under identification to see if he's Israeli or not, and then will be the left 16 of them. So there is pressure from Israel, pressure from the family of the hostages on Hamas to hand them over. Hamas saying they're doing everything they can. Israel doesn't believe that and saying they don't do enough. Hamas saying they need heavy equipment, they need special international support. Israel is stopping that to happen, and there is a mysterious about that, why Israel is stopping, if this will help, because there is a rubble, devastation, so there is need help from outside. Hamas showed it's willing to do that, so why Israel putting the obstacle in that? So this is a question should be discussed between the mediators, the guarantors of the peace plan in Gaza.
And that, Saeed, is just one illustration of how many stumbling blocks there are still to go as this ceasefire deal gets underway. And we haven't even yet talked about getting into phase two, the international stabilization force that Donald Trump has promised, that the disarmament of Hamas that the group rejects. So still so many potential obstacles in the way of this peace plan progressing.
Absolutely, many obstacles, and still in the first phase. So aid was not delivered according to the plan of peace plan. At 600 trucks, 8 trucks should be going. Gaza is not yet. Rafah crossing should have been opened since last Tuesday. Was not open yet, and Mr. Netanyahu said until the rest of the bodies go back to Israel, they are not going to reopen Rafah. So they put condition on that, and they don't trust Hamas in this point. But the other obstacle is lying ahead, and especially disarming Hamas and who is governing Gaza in the future. Hamas said it before, they are not accepting any foreign guardianship of ruling Gaza because it should be a Palestinian technocrat to rule in the transitional government, but it will be supervised by the Board of Peace chaired by Mr. Trump himself and members of other leaders. One of them is Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, the Egyptian president, but Hamas is against that. In addition to that, Hamas saying this is a Palestinian issue, should be discussed between the Palestinians. So they are not excluding themselves from ruling Gaza in the future, which is one of the conditions of the Mr. Trump plan. The other obstacle is the disarmament. Hamas has weapons, Hamas has fighters, and what they done recently by public executions, by killing civilians, they are accusing of having links to Israel, like Abu Shabab group, but Abu Shabab group in Rafah under the control of the Israeli there, and there is some other group in Khan Yunis also outside of the yellow line, which is now Hamas security forces deployed there. So all of that showing Hamas is still strong. Hamas will not easily give up its weapons until, and what they said, a Palestinian state is established. And the Palestinian state established is far away because it should be conditioned. Reforming Palestinian Authority, redeveloping Gaza, this will take years. So until this time will happen, I doubt Hamas will hand over its weapons, and this will be obstacle, and it might put the fragile ceasefire into danger.
Syed Shehata, thanks very much. And as we were talking, we were watching images there of the trucks queuing up at Rafah border crossing. They are saying that 560 tons of food have entered Gaza per day since the ceasefire, but that is still well below the need on the ground in Gaza. Syed Shehata from BBC Arabic, thanks very much indeed.